Welcome back. Senate Intelligence Committee is now responding to former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn invoking his Fifth Amendment right, rather than comply with their subpoena for documents. In the past hour, the committee's top members announced they are now sending a letter to Flynn's lawyer questioning if he can invoke the Fifth Amendment over documents. Chairman Burr says the committee is leaving all options on the table, including a contempt charge, to get this information from Flynn. Flynn's lawyers say their client has been subject to, quote, outrageous allegations, and a reminder Flynn had asked for immunity in exchange for testimony and now is dealing with this subpoena. Joining me now is Maine Republican Senator Susan Collins. She's a member of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. Good afternoon, Senator Collins.
Good afternoon, Chuck.
Let me start with what the chair and vice chair of your committee announced going after the corporations. I take it you concur, you do not believe you can invoke Fifth Amendment rights to based on giving you documents that were created before any of these allegations happened?
There's a real legal issue here, and I believe that the committee is right to challenge General Flynn's claim of Fifth Amendment protections for these documents. In the meantime, the committee is issuing another subpoena for his business documents, which may give us the information that we need, and where there's a pretty clear argument that they would not be protected by any claim of Fifth Amendment privilege.
How much is this holding up the investigation right now?
It's not really holding us up much as we would like to have these documents, because we're proceeding to issue many other requests for documents from other people who are involved. Our staff has conducted some 30 interviews, and we've been reviewing intelligence information at CIA headquarters in Langley.
Is Mike Flynn the only subpoena you've issued?
No, it is not, but I can't tell you the names of the others that have been issued, but there have been other subpoenas issued, and also, and this is important, there have been requests made or demands made that no documents can be destroyed, that documents have to be preserved.
Right. So walk me through this process. So, for instance, Paul Manafort, Roger Stone have turned over some documents. You didn't make a subpoena yet to them. You made a request. Is that how this has worked? You make a request. If they deny the request, then you vote as a committee on whether to subpoena?
Generally, the way this works is we ask for voluntary cooperation first. That makes sense, to give people the opportunity for an interview and to provide documents on a voluntary basis. If that doesn't work, then the chairman and the vice chairman are authorized to issue subpoenas for the interviews and the documents. If that doesn't work, then we're going to be entering into a period where we work with the special counsel to make sure that we're not interfering with his attempt to pursue any criminal case that could be warranted. Our operation, our investigation is into the counterintelligence aspects of this case.
So does that mean you're going to, how aggressively are you going to pursue this story in the Washington Post about the White House, supposedly the president calling up the DNI head, Dan Coates, NSA head, Mike Rogers, and looking for them to confirm or come out with a statement that says there was no collusion?
We certainly would like to hear whether that was done, but I'm sure that the special counsel will want to also, as he evaluates whether or not criminal charges are warranted in this very complex case. But I do want to make a distinction on why we need two investigations. Only the special counsel can determine whether or not criminal charges are ultimately warranted. But only Congress could pass a law to increase the sanctions on the Russian government if we find, as I believe that we will, that Russia did have a very active campaign to influence our elections last fall.
Senator, in two different answers, you have said you've got to check with the special counsel's office, make sure this doesn't run into what they're doing. The special counsel investigation, that is going to slow down your investigation, it sounds like. Is that fair to say?
It's going to slow it down a little bit, but I don't think that it in any way removes the need for our investigation. And already the chairman and the vice chairman are in the midst of working out a system for consultation with the special counsel. So my hope that that will move along quite quickly and that we will come to an agreement on certain guideposts.
Do you, how cooperative, would you describe Manafort and Stone right now as being cooperative with your investigation?
Well, they have been more cooperative than General Flynn, certainly.
Well, that's a low bar right now.
That's true. But we still have a lot of work to do. I don't mean to imply that we have everything that we need from any of the characters.
Joe Lieberman, I know you were very close to him when you were in the Senate. You guys worked very closely together in the Homeland Security Committee for years. A lot of your colleagues are uncomfortable with an elected official at the FBI. Where are you on this? You must be torn.
I don't want to see someone who is currently in public office, but Joe has been out of the Senate for a number of years. He's a former Attorney General of Connecticut. He has an intelligence and Homeland Security background. We worked very closely with Bob Mueller when we chaired and co-chaired the Homeland Security Committee. So I'm a fan of Joe Lieberman. He has unquestioned integrity, and that's what we need. I would not be pushing for him if he were currently a senator, but he's not, and I think he'd be great.
All right, Senator Collins, I'll put you down as a yes in the Lieberman column there.
You can.
As always, thanks for coming on. Good to talk to you.
Thank you, Chuck.
You got it.